Hello everyone, I am Abhishek Gupta from IIT Kanpur and I am going to present our paper titled On the Coverage of Broadcast Networks with Multiple Transmitters and Heterogeneous Users, written jointly with my students Kanchan Charasi and Reena Sahu. The innovative application envisioned for 5G and 6G systems are expected to extend the use of broadcasting services to include many modern applications, including vehicular communication of traffic information, mobile TV, critical alerts delivery, vehicular communication, digital advertising, along with the conventional TV services. Since broadcasting network transmits identical data to all the users on the same resource, broadcasting-based multimedia services can provide better data rate and performance compared to the unicast networks. Given its relevance, it is important to study broadcast networks. However, there are limited analytical work. The past analytical works have not considered the location of transmitters or considered only a single broadcasting base stations. In practice, to cover a large region, multiple broadcasting base stations need to be deployed which transmit the identical data to all the users. Another important metric to evaluate broadcast network is the revenue earned by the network operator, which is generated from subscribers as network access fees to see content of their choice or from advertisers for showing their advertisements relevant to the subscribers. This is also missing in the past work. In this paper, we try to fill this gap. In particular, we develop an analytical framework for broadcast networks with multiple broadcasting transmitters and users having heterogeneous content preferences. We characterize the connectivity region, which is found to be dependent on the closest transmitter's location and thus requires different analytical techniques. We compute performance of a typical user in terms of assigner and rate distributions. We then study the revenue obtained from advertisements shown to the users during advertisement slot and understand the impact of various system parameters and design. Let us start with defining the system model. Broadcast network consists of multiple transmitters whose locations are modeled using Poisson point process or PPP with density lambda. Users are assumed to form a stationary point process and hence we can consider a typical user at the origin. Multiple transmitters may contribute to desired signal power, which we will characterize first. We first select the closest base station as the serving BBS. Let us assume its distance is x0. Now all BBSs whose signal reaches in the same slot or probably a small fraction delta of the same slot as the serving base station can contribute to the serving signal, while rest will cause intersymbol interference. So the condition to be a contributing base station is that the relative time difference Ti minus T0 should be less than delta times symbol time Ts. Now Ti is equal to the distance of the base station from the user, that is xi divided by the speed of the electromagnetic wave, which gives the equivalent condition as xi minus x0 should be less than delta time Ts times C, which is we define as Rs. Therefore, we get a connectivity region consisting of the contributing broadcasting base station as a ball around the user with radius x0 plus Rs. We consider a power law path loss where alpha is the path loss exponent and A is the near field gain. Let each link suffer from fading beta, which is assumed to be relay here. Hence, the signal from an ith base station at the user would be equal to transmit power Pt in times fading beta I times A times distance to the power minus alpha. Now the serving signal power is given as the power from the closest broadcasting base station and all contributing BBSs, that are BBSs located inside the ball B0, x0 plus Rs. BBSs located outside this ball will result in the interference. Hence the signal to noise plus interference power at the user is given as following. Here we have normalized the expression by dividing the transmit power and the path gain coefficient. Network subscribers or users may have their individual content or advertisement preferences. We assume that there are NC classes of users, where each class of users prefers a particular type of content or advertisement. User will pay the network only when they can see a particular content of their own interest. If the network caters to more classes to get more revenue, it has to reduce the resources for each class, which may decrease its revenue. Given limited resources, we assume network only caters to n class of users. Now we compute the assigner coverage probability, which is defined as the probability that assigner of a typical user is more than the threshold tau. Since assigner depends on x0, we first condition on x0 and then average it over the distribution of x0, which is nothing but the contact distance distribution of PPP. Let us focus on this term, which is probability that S is more than tau times I plus noise. Since S and I both are summation of multiple terms, it is not possible to compute their distribution directly. To solve this term further, we will use Gil-Pallad's lemma, which connects the Laplace transform of a random variable with this distribution in the following expression. Using the lambda in the term, we get the following expression. Here we get two terms. First is the Laplace transform of interference I evaluated at jt tau, and second is the Laplace transform of desired signal evaluated at minus jt. Substituting it back in the probability coverage expression, we get the following expression. Now remaining is to compute the two Laplace transforms. Given the form of S and I, their Laplace transform can be computed using probability generating functional PGFL of PPP. Hence, the Laplace transform of S is given by this expression, and the Laplace transform of the sum interference is given by this expression. Note that the region denoting the possible location of transmitter in both cases show up in the expression as the limits of the integration. Using these Laplace transforms, we get the main result, which is given in the following theorem. Now coming to the rate performance, the achievable rate for a typical user, which would be xi times w by n multiplied by log 1 plus SINR. Here w by n denotes the available bandwidth for each content, assuming network shows n content for n classes. Hence the rate coverage is given by this expression. Note that Rs and W are independent on each other. If we assume OFDM transmission, symbol duration is inversely proportional to the bandwidth W, and Rs is also inversely proportional to W. So if we increase the system bandwidth W, the number of contributing base stations will decrease. Let RO denote the minimum rate required for a user to be able to view the content. Note that the rate coverage at rho denotes the fraction of users that can view this content. Hence, rate coverage also denotes the revenue earned by the network from a particular class. Hence, the network's total revenue Rn can be given by the following expression, which is a linear function of n. We now present some numerical results to validate our analysis and provide design insights. We plot the analytical and simulation values of assigner and rate coverage, and we can see that they match, which confirms the validity of the derived expressions. We also observe that the assigner and the rate coverage increase with the density of broadcasting base stations. We then show the variation of coverage with connectivity radius. We can first see that assigner improves with Rs as number of contributing broadcasting base station increases while interfering B bases number decreases. However, rate coverage paints a different picture. An increase in hours results in lower bandwidth, which has negative impact on the rate coverage. Hence, we can observe a trade-off. This indicates that RS and hence W need to be carefully chosen to optimize the rate performance. Now we show the impact of N, which denotes the number of classes network caters to, on the network revenue. As said earlier, higher N means more number of classes served, which increases the revenue. However, it also results in higher load on broadcasting base stations, reducing the rate. We plot the network revenue for different rate threshold and observe that there is an optimal number of classes to be catered, which depends on the rate threshold. Note that the rate threshold is a proxy for the content quality. Therefore, this result indicates that if the quality requested is high, then it may be better to serve less users classes. More user classes can be served when the low quality contents are requested. We now conclude our talk by summarizing main takeaways. We have developed a framework to analyze the system performance of a broadcast network with multiple transmitters and users having heterogeneous content preference. We saw that there may exist an optimal connectivity region size that maximizes the rate coverage. We presented the variation of total revenue with respect to various parameters, and we observed that there may exist an optimal number of user classes that should be catered from the perspective of revenue maximization. We also saw that this optimal number of user classes may depend on the rate threshold, or which means the quality of content requested. We have extended this work further to include different spatial distribution of users, which can be found at the following link. Thank you.